Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of The Village. So, if you all didn't know, I'm Dr. Avis Foley, and I'm here to take your questions, give you advice on anything that you may need help with in life. So, let's get the show started. So, I have about maybe 4 questions that I'm going to read this week. My box wasn't as flooded as I would like for it to be. So, get those questions in so I can help you out. So, the first question reads, I've been in a relationship for over a year, yet I still get jealous occasionally over my partner's past or who his past relationship was with. I know it's unhealthy, but I don't know how to get over it. I feel insecure and territorial. How can I prevent myself from being insecure about his ex? So let me tell you, the one rule to any relationship is self-love. So you can't look for a person to complete you. Going into a relationship, you have to know your worth. You have to value yourself. You have to know that, hey, at the end of the day, he chose you. So the times that you feel like you want to start comparing yourself, what I would suggest you do is get out a mirror and compliment yourself. Or every day that you wake up, tell yourself one thing that you love about yourself. Or post sticky notes every day to remind yourself. So for me, when I was younger and I attempted to be in relationships, it didn't work out for the most part because I had low self-esteem. And I feel like that was partly because nobody ever told me I love you really. Nobody told me I was beautiful or pretty or any of those things. So at a certain point in time, I looked for it to come with the person that I was with. And when it didn't, then I began to doubt myself. I began to compare myself to their past relationships and things of that nature. And it was just all around unhealthy. So before you get into any relationship, you have to love yourself first. You have to know that you're worth everything. And like I said, at the end of the day, he chose you. So even though it may be hard, I still feel like you have to find value within yourself and don't look for somebody else to complete you or for somebody else to make you feel like you're worth it or you're worthy of them being with you. You got to go get that yourself. Village. All right. So my next question is, how would I deal with the rocky relationship with my mom? So I get questions like this all the time from students, and relationships with parents are difficult. Some students talk to me about parents being too hard on them or having high expectations or, not letting them do anything or just being ultra strict. And I know that right now it may seem like it's highly irritating and you don't understand where they're coming from. Believe me when I say there is a method for their madness. When I was growing up, we lived in a very strict household, very strict. And I used to hate it. I used to curse her out in my mind and want to do evil things to her. But now that I'm an adult, I appreciate everything. So if your parents are hard on you, it's because they're just setting high expectations for you and they know that you're capable of reaching them. So never get mad at your parents for wanting you to be excellent or wanting to be the best in your life. Like, you have the potential to be that. So go out there and do that. Village. The next question, it says, how would I deal with the pressures of being gay and bi? So right now, I feel like you all are at a very pivotal moment in your life. You're learning about who you are. You're learning about what you like, what you don't like. And I know a lot of the times, a lot of students tend to get confused because of what's popular. A lot of students change their sexuality or feel like they're of this sex or of that sexual preference because somebody else is doing it. So right now, I wouldn't allow that to be a pressure in my life. I would just move on with my life. You've acknowledged that you have those thoughts, but I wouldn't put focus on it because as you grow into the person that you were put here to be, those things may change. You may realize, hey, that was just a phase that I was going through. That's just not something that I am anymore. I know several students, several people now in my permanent circle who have experienced the same thing. So don't sit around beating yourself up about it. Don't sit around, I don't know. You just have to accept the fact that that's something that you're dealing with and just deal with it. But don't allow it to spill over into other aspects of your life, like your self-esteem or how you function with your friends or the goals that you set for yourself, because that at the end of the day does not matter. What matters is who you are, how you treat people, and what you're going to do in life. Village. All right. And my last question of the day, and I'm sorry I can't really read it, but it says, how would I deal with failure based on all of my struggles of the past? So let me tell you, failure is not optional. In some cases it is, but 9 times out of 10, you are going to fail in life. But those past mistakes that you've made, you can't allow that to stop you from moving forward. What makes you regress is if you don't learn from those mistakes. All my life, I have made mistakes. A lot of mistakes, and now at the point that I'm at in my life, when I look back on them, I'm glad they happened because they taught me a lot of lessons. They taught me a lot about myself. They taught me a lot about what I wanted to do with my life, who I wanted to be, who I wanted to influence. So you have to appreciate the failures in life as well, because you can learn from them and they help you become a greater and a stronger person. All right, so that's all I have time for today. You all, please, please, please follow me on Instagram and Ask Dr. Foley. Go ahead and give me the thumbs up on my first episode of The Village, because I know you liked it. I'll see you next week. Bye.